There's so much to be done the week before Christmas, but there's also so much joy to be had in the giving of treats, in the wrapping of the presents that are gifted, and in celebrating our Savior's birth. So come along on the week before Christmas. My morning routine does not change, even in the winter. I have my routine of going outside about 5:30 in the morning in the dark, walking in the cool, brisk winter weather. I love that fresh air. Then coming back and reading my Bible, getting my exercises in, and just really cherishing those quiet moments when the house is still and I get to just reflect on my life, on time with the Lord, and just reading His Word. In the winter months, it is quite a bit different as we do not get outside near as much. The routines stay very similar though, with always cleanup of the kitchen after breakfast, getting everything set back in place for more time in the kitchen later. As I've shared with you, we homeschool, we do crafts at this table, we are in the kitchen a lot because we live in a small home and don't have a separate space for the schooling and the crafting and the eating of snacks happen here. So it's just really a very well-loved kitchen. So always has to be cleaned up, always things to be done in this space. And wintertime, Christmas time is no different, especially when I am going to be prepping Christmas cookies and goodies in here, and when we'll be doing crafts, more Christmas crafts in here, and just enjoying this Christmas season with all the extra things that it brings. So on this particular day, I wanted to get some pizza or pie crust prepped to be stored in my freezer, as I had some sourdough that I wanted to use up. So this is a sourdough pie crust recipe, and it's from Lisa, Farmhouse on Boone. I use lots of her recipes. They're wonderful. So that can be in the description box for you. But I like having my freezer be a working freezer. All my cookie dough balls were in there. I have extra pies in the freezer. I have pie crust in the freezer. I have some of our produce that I have frozen in the freezer. It's just a place that I value and use often, is the freezer. It makes it nice to pull out all those things that you might need on a whim. So as I'm getting this pie crust ready, my little boy is just having fun playing behind me. But I also want to just share in the joy of the weeks before Christmas. So it's such a busy time for me. It really is. And I talked about the last time just slowing down and enjoying it. But sometimes there really is a lot going on. I feel like each week there's 3 or 4 things in the evenings, some things going on during the day. Like today, for instance, as I'm doing this voiceover, we did cookie making baskets with my church ladies, and the kiddos and I went and delivered some of them. And then we have to run to go to another errand after the quiet time. And then tomorrow there's meetings and more goodies to be done and delivered and more people to meet and see. But, it is a good time. It doesn't last like this forever. But, remembering the Advent and what Advent means is coming, what that really means is so special and important. And we read an Advent book to our kids every morning, and it really actually just helps me slow down and remember why we celebrate Christmas. So anyways, homeschooling was done and completed, and on this day, we had some other things to do in the afternoon, so it was a good day to do a crock pot soup. This soup is on my blog. It is a creamy slow cooker corn chowder, but it's with chicken. On my blog, I used ham because that's what I had. So I'm just pulling out some garden vegetables and potatoes, some of the frozen corn I put up from our crop this summer, and just getting that all set and ready so it can cook throughout the rest of the day. This is one of my favorite treats to make for giving out at Christmas. It is candied almonds. I made it last year for the first time, and I had so many people say they enjoyed it. It's something different than cookies, so it just kind of gives that sweet and salty, or sweet and savory, I guess you'd say, treat other than all sweet. So it's just raw almonds, and of course my almonds are from Azure Standard. Link in the description box for my affiliate link. And then it's just egg white, some cane sugar, vanilla, voila, there it is. Oh, and cinnamon. Can't forget the cinnamon, a little salt. And then you just roast them in the oven at 250 for about 45 minutes, stirring in between. But it's such a delicious little treat to put in a baggie and your cookie baskets, or just to have in your house for when guests come over to visit, or just to have yourself to snack on. They're such a fun little treat. And I like making goodies to give to people. I enjoy just seeing their faces when you go up to their door and you have this goodie basket handed to them. They're so appreciative. And this is a time of year when it's a lot about giving and sharing. And that's what Jesus would do anyways. So being the example of Christ as we work through the Christmas season, remembering that a lot of this stuff that we do as homemakers is part of what Jesus would do, be the hands and feet of him, sharing in the love of the season with goodies. In the weeks before Christmas, it's also time to do the mailing out of Christmas cards. We do a tradition of doing ugly sweater Christmas cards. They're so fun to have and do. I find thrifted Christmas sweaters, and this is 10 years going that we've done a Christmas card. It's kind of fun too, because then they can kind of be more silly. My husband and I just enjoy giving that out. People love getting our silly Christmas cards. Not always serious. Sometimes we do take just the smiling face looking at the camera picture. And other times we're just all laughing, giggling, and being silly. So it's just kind of a fun tradition that my husband and I started the first year we got married. And we've continued it as we've gained more kids as well. So getting those all done and mailed out so people can enjoy them before Christmas. Of course, you have to pause to take a latte break, because what's better than having an afternoon latte after some of the busy day and just cherishing that time you get to enjoy a warm drink. I love this season of warm drinks. I could honestly drink a hot drink year round, but during this time of year, it just seems all the more special, especially when, I said it before, I've been making some eggnog lattes, and those have been so delicious. Oh, they had wandered too long in the unknown park. Behold. I'm scared, she said. So they started to walk with Hook Princess, their guide, to find a place for the night where they could both hide. They soon came upon a circle of very tall trees. The snow was so dense it came up to their knees. We spent some time reading books by Christmas light in our living space, and that's just something too. It gets dark so early that you have to find those moments to enjoy with the kiddos. Sitting and reading Christmas books, building with blocks, just some more things inside really, especially when it's windy and cold and snowing. Just really cherishing those moments that you are spending with your kids or grandkids or your spouse if you are just married, or even by yourself or with your pet, whatever it is. It's just kind of nice to find that time to be inside, be cozy, and enjoy those moments. So the soup, I'm adding thickener with arrowroot powder and milk, and then I add cheese to it and sour cream, because that's how it gets to be creamy, guys. It's so delicious, and it probably could be made dairy-free. I just love the dairy. I'm all about that raw cheese and the raw milk, so it's a delicious recipe, friends, and I highly recommend it. Evening Christmas movie of Frosty the Snowman on this particular night as a family. A few flurries coming down on this day, and I am looking for some gift boxes for cookies and smaller gifts to give out, as we went to a charity rummage and I found some great items to gift as well as to use for my cookie boxes. This charity rummage is one I've shared hauls with you before in on my channel, so you can find those on, like I said, a huge charity rummage or things like that. But here's all the cookies, actually many of them the night before, and then I will be making more here as well. The Oreo ball is a favorite, with the almond bark on it as well. Just something I like to throw in my cookie box. Last year I made a video about DIY Christmas gifts, and the Oreo ball recipe was in that video. I'll try to put that whole video link in the description box for you so you can check out some of the DIYs I did. I did not make DIY beeswax candles this year. Ran out of time, or I just decided not to, and I just gifted different candles I had found online. Some beeswax tapered candles, which I love as well, which you have seen in my Christmas home tour because I decorate with those. But there's one of the goodie boxes that I had thrifted, all made up and ready. I like to put some cards with them, or if they're closer friends or family, I will put our Christmas card in there. Another cute box I had found, tin I should say, and then just writing some notes in these Christmas cards. I actually found these Christmas cards for free at a garage sale this summer, so garage sales are nice to hit up in the summer to thank Christmas. This particular evening, it was time to wrap some presents and watch a Hallmark Christmas movie. I don't watch Hallmark other than at Christmas time. They're pretty cheesy, they all end the same, but they're fun to watch every once in a while nonetheless. But I enjoy wrapping these presents and thinking of the person we are giving them to, and just thinking of their lit up face as they open these gifts and making them special for them as well. Sunday school teachers and Christmas program directors and neighbors, they all deserve a little something this Christmas. So some gift cards to go eat out, or homemade apple butter, which I've definitely gifted this year because I canned a ton of apple butter this year. They're all great gifts. Some DIY, some bought. I think the best part is knowing that they will appreciate the thought and getting something from us. So I hope you enjoyed coming along on these days before Christmas, kind of just seeing what we do in the Christmas spirit, just really being the hands and feet of Jesus and gifting and giving people joy.